Finally, Charles and JBL finally made it back to Savannah. Back to the house. They called the police and they went to his house, called the police, told them their exact story of what happened to them, how they ended up missing and now found. They told them everything that was happened, and the police officers would tell them to take them back to the place to issue a warrant and for the vampire's arrest. They would be happy to cooperate, but JBL refused to take part in this. He had did his time, and now he goes back to the son of a bitch he really is. But Charles wouldn't allow that. Dave went through hell and back to escape from their clutches. He is not going to let him come out of this again. And he vowed that they will return to the house. So they brought in everyone in their arsenal. The police, the army, the police and the army, just the police and the army, the police, the sheriff, the army. Yeah. They brought them to ensure that those vampires will go down. And now, but they decided that Charles and John were the ones who had survived this hell fest. And now they will enter back into hell's door again. Kevin Thorne and Ariel comes out like they're now grown old. But Charles wasn't convinced. They were now ready to take down Kevin Thorne and Ariel by placing them under arrest until there was one problem. It was all another plan! Another trap! Another trick! The sheriff, the police officers, and the army are all under Kevin's spell! They're vampires as well! And they did their job. Kevin used them to get them back. Because, like he said before, and he'll say it again, nobody, and I mean, well, he means nobody escapes the house. Escapes the vampires. But now he was about ready to give what he gives most. Well, actually, for Charles, reuniting with his beloved Ariel, which absolutely he does not love in his heart, plans to do something more intimate like last time. But Charles took one chance to ensure that he will never, ever to be seduced by a vampire ever again. Ariel was killed, evaporated into dust. A little legend. Ultraviolet light ultraviolet light. Ultraviolet light key holder. No! Kevin Thorne was upset, alright, and which absolutely gets Charles inside the house. JPL was on his own with a lot of vampires waiting to take his blood. And now JPL is a problem of his own. As Charles was in a fight against Kevin Thorne once again. Furiously with a lot of anger, a lot of hating Kevin Thorne. Of losing the one woman that he loved so dearly, and the one woman that should have been Charles's from the start. Well, he did what he did best in order to get her out of his life. He took Ariel away from Kevin, and now he will have the pleasure to kill. Well, not kill him, but absolutely turn him into a vampire and then kill him. But Charles wouldn't go down that easily. And he once told him this phrase for him to remember by the time that he would try to come back from the dead. He says to Kevin Thorne that OTA lives forever because Charles James Jefferson II is OTA. And use the key holder, the keychain, UV light. Kevin Thorne was finally destroyed. And the vampiric spell was broken. Everybody was then turned back into humans. They have no certain memory of what happened. But even though they were saved by a wrestling host, and JBL, as always, still the asshole, doesn't deserve the credit. But in this case, Charles would like to make an exception to say that he wouldn't be able to save these people because of John Bradshaw Layfield. Until he was interrupted by the mind fire, which absolutely set up to blow everything inside, including the house, straight to hell. Of course, everybody survived, including John and Charles. And together, one day will absolutely be seen on the next SmackDown show to explain to them that John Bradshaw Layfield saying that he was the hero and all that shit. That was not true. But Charles explained it to him that I did the work. I did all the work. And he, well, that's the thing about the so-called billionaire, Mr. JBL. He would tell anything to absolutely get his attention. But we had our time as partners, but now looks like the partnership is now ended, and now we're back to war again.